Hi there, as a student and teacher of the game of golf, I feel that the greenside bunker shot is the most misunderstood and feared shot by the average golfer. In your typical lesson, you're going to learn to open up your stance, play the ball forward, and hit at least 2 inches behind the ball. Now that might be great advice for some people, but for others it might be really harmful to their sand game. I'm going to explain why. Okay, the goal today is to understand how the setup affects your sand shots, and also I want to introduce a simple practice routine or a drill to help you with consistency and confidence out of the sand. It shouldn't be that hard of a shot. Okay, first thing we want to establish is we want to make sure that we have an open club face at the setup. Now when we set up here, you'll see that I have gripped the club in an open position. The toe and the heel are not perpendicular. The face is slightly open there. And we do that to expose the bounce of the club. That's what makes a sand wedge, is this excess material on the back edge, the back end of your club head here. It allows the club to glide through the sand with less resistance, helping you get the ball out easier. Okay, now next, let's focus on alignment and ball position, because they do go hand in hand. I'm going to make a target line here in the sand, and I'll make a line here that's perpendicular to it. And then also some people would maybe set up open, so I'll make another line there. Now when we talk about the ball being forward in our stance, is that in relation to the target line, or is that in relation to our stance itself or our alignment? Okay. Because let's notice something. I want you to be very aware of this. A ball that's played forward in a square stance, see how that's forward there, is actually, once we open up, is actually centered in a slightly open stance. So do you really want to open up your stance, then play the ball forward? You can see there in the camera that the ball is actually too far forward now, and I'd have to make a real big move to go get it. A lot of times what I'll see students do is that they'll enter the sand back here in the middle of their stance, exit the sand right where the golf ball is, and they'll either blade it into the bank of the sand trap or they'll send it across the green. Okay? So we want to make sure we take that miss away. So a very simple drill here that you can do next time you go practice your short game. It's just, we take away the golf ball and we're just going to create a simple splash mark. Okay? This is kind of a divot in the sand. Take a slightly open stance. Without the golf ball, open up your face and go ahead and make a swing. I'm encouraging you to send some sand out of the bunker here. So here we are, nice and loose. You see here that I made a nice little splash mark here, about the size of what you hear usually a dollar bill, maybe it's slightly bigger, right? Do it again. Just back up your stance, make another swing here. And what that's for is to create some consistency with your splash marks. You want to make sure that your splash marks are in a consistent area. I'll make a box around here. Now what I want to focus on here is the bottom. Where is the lowest point of these splash marks? Right here and right here. Okay, and in relation to my stance, where my right foot was there and my left foot was here, it's just about in the center of my open stance. So for me, I like to play the ball centered, maybe slightly forward, but generally centered. Okay, I'd encourage you to do this at home. Now you might have noticed before I hit that shot that I dug my feet into the sand. Okay, I do this for a few reasons. The most common reason to do that is to, you want to feel like you've got some stability there in the sand. Another reason is you get a sense of the surface of the sand, of the kind of the material of the sand, how soft or how hard it might be. Okay, and the third reason, I feel the most important, is that I want to lower the bottom of my arc. Now the bottom of my swing arc should be right underneath the golf ball. By doing this, digging in an inch or two with my feet, I no longer have to focus on 2 inches behind the ball. Matter of fact, focusing 2 inches behind the ball, that'll lead to poor body motion, that will rob you of the necessary speed to get through the sand to get the golf ball out onto the green. Okay, so sure you want to enter the sand you want to enter the sand a little bit behind the golf ball, but let's just not focus there. Digging your feet in will ensure that you'll swing underneath the golf ball. Okay, so go ahead, make some splash marks until they're consistent, and now the sand shot is just another golf shot.